So, this week consisted of a lot of sawing. We had to buck the logs, and a lot of them were too big for the slasher, and we had to chainsaw them. This one was about 24-inch tree, and the section here is actually the top section of the tree, so it was a big one. It was actually pretty heavy, and the skid steer could barely pick it up. As you can see here, it tips the skid steer up pretty good. And on this deck, we actually were only able to get 8 trees up on it. And then the fun began. On this one, after the first cut, I had to tilt the log and kind of just wedge it to cut off a little bit of the excess because it was too big and the saw blade didn't go through it the entire way. And it took a couple of cuts to get it small enough so that the saw blade would go through the entire tree. And then we had some big ones that the saw blade, we couldn't break the slabs off after cutting through them. So we had to take the chainsaw and shut down the main blade down and then get up there with the chainsaw and cut off the slabs. This happened on 2 trees. The first one was a little bit bigger on the one end, and it took a little bit to be able to saw it off. But after we cut that first slab off, it was low enough and small enough that the blade would be able to go through the tree. And we were having some problems with the sawdust chain there, and it got kind of frustrating at times. And then we had another big tree that we had to saw. Some of the slabs were pretty big, and we had some fun. I had to help the tailor to move some of them because they were pretty heavy. But for the most part, we only had the 2 trees that were too big for the blade to go all the way through, and we were able to get the other one sawed down to the size that we needed, which was we were cutting 3x12s, and most of the trees that we cut were big enough to get 5 out of, and some of them we only got 4, but that's still a pretty good sized tree. And then we had the firewood processing that we were doing. This order was for just blocked firewood, so it was a little faster in getting the load done. A couple of shots of what we needed operating. And at the end of the week, after all these things were done, I worked on my log trailer. It had a stake that got bent last year, and we needed to straighten it out and get it all welded back up together. So this was just another week of doing things the Howard way.